Welcome to April 2010. Numerology wise, we're in the fourth month of a number 3 year, which makes this a 7 month. I think the number 7 is aha. I'm beginning to get it. It's considered to be a spiritual number. And you hear me talk a lot about spirituality, but to me, spirituality means that feeling at the end of the day like you're in alignment and you're connected. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with a specific religion. There is an energy going on this planet right now about reinventing ourselves. And this month becomes one of the months that it's a little bit harder to talk about because what you're dwelling on is very likely going to grow this month. And if I believed that we were all thinking positive and that we were all focused the way we would want to go, I would think this is going to be the greatest month this year. So I'm going to ask you right at the beginning to take whatever you're concentrating on that does not do you any good or other people any good. Take a look if there's something you can do about it. Yes, after the 19th, when the sun moves to Taurus, gets out of Aries, we're going to begin to reassess things a little bit and actually be able to have a little bit more connection to the material. But until then, paying vigilant attention to your mind, to your ideas. The energy of the sun in Aries is trying to get us all to get out there and go for it and do something. The energy of Pisces is trying to get us to do the opposite. And now this dance becomes so commingled that it's very impossible to talk about one energy without the others. So by the end of this month, the planet Jupiter, expansion, kind of the supersizer of the zodiac, comes within touching distance of Uranus, the energy of change. So truly, this energy that has been growing and growing since the first of the year, now as the first quarter ends and we begin the second quarter of the year, this energy intensifies tremendously. So it intensifies with, on the 6th, Pluto, the planet, which is about the evolutionary journey of the soul. And yes, I still believe it's a planet, no matter what they say, because all you have to do is be an astrologer and watch this guy go through people's charts and see how that area of your life changes. Well, Pluto retrograde, I think, is always a great time because this is the furthest planet out in the solar system. Well, Sedna's out there a little further, but we're not talking too much about Sedna right now, although we should be, because this planet, which we're recognizing, is in Aries and is going to be touched on by all of these planets moving into Aries. So we will be talking more next month about Sedna. But Pluto moving retrograde in Capricorn is about readdressing your role in the world or what you think that you're supposed to be doing. So what are you divesting yourself of is a part of the question of this month. What is not working for you anymore? What needs to gently and easily be released before that new moon on the 14th? We have on the 7th, Saturn, the planet of discipline, obligation, duty, responsibility, which has been in Libra, which is kind of an easy ride, now drop back into Virgo. So we've got an earth theme going on now, which means that we're going to really begin to manifest on a physical, material level much more this month. So thoughts, ideas, visions turn into reality. On the 11th, the dark of the moon energy is in Pisces, very much about the dream. The 12th and the 13th, we move into this very strong Aries energy. By the 14th, we have a new moon in the sign of Aries. Again, that strong forward push. The 17th, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, now begins to back up in the sign of Taurus. So readdressing what we're building. Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac. It's a very powerful energy, and it's April's big sign because, of course, we're going to see the sun move into the sign of Taurus on the 19th, which it does approximately that day every year. And the energy of Taurus is use, meaning, purpose, bringing functionality, bringing that dream of Pisces into the action of Aries, into the concrete manifestation of form. So a part of this energy is all merging this month. In my notes about this, I had written creating the material from, and then I had put a question mark. So what are you creating the material from this month? Are you thinking positive? Are you ruling your mind, or is your mind ruling you? Richard Bandler is a great author, and he talks about who's driving the bus. Are you ruling your mind? Are you taking your mind where you want it to go, or is it taking you? Is the bus driving you? So I'm going to ask you to be extra vigilant with your mind and your mental process this month. Vigilance seems to be an excellent word. And the other thing that I really believe is something that needs to come in this month is a consistency. So if you can begin a process, begin a physical process like meditating, prayer, breathing exercises. Breathing is going to be really good. I know you think you're doing it right now as you're listening to this, but are you really breathing in? And are you really exhaling? So breathing exercises are very tied into the Taurus experience, into connecting the body, connecting the emotions. The energies this month are taking us back in order for us to recreate, in order for us to look at what needs to be eliminated. And the last full moon of this month is on the 28th, and by this time the sun is now sitting in 8 degrees of Taurus, and the moon is at 8 degrees of Scorpio. Now we have had a lot of fixed energy over the last couple of years, so we're moving a lot to cardinal energy. So I would expect this month that we're going to discover a lot of our resistances. What are you resistant to? What in your life really needs to be revised and you're just still holding on, just got your teeth clenched and you're just not quite ready to give it up? This could be the month that you finally say, I surrender to Source. This is not helping me build what I need to build. This is not helping me create the dream. Definitely the dance music has moved into kind of a sexy mambo by this time, and we're feeling the beat of the earth. We're feeling the connection to nature, and we're feeling the connection to Source. So as Saturn backs into Virgo, I would remind you that control issues have been strong for the last 2 years with the energy of Saturn opposing Uranus. That energy is still in effect this year. So the person you need to control is yourself. The thing that you need to control is the direction that you're going, and recognize that there's a lot of external distractions going on right now, but all of this energy is trying to pull you, into really knowing what it is that you want. What it is, what are your dreams? What visions, what dreams did you have 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, yesterday, that you gave up? Maybe this is the month that you bring them forth and really begin to manifest them. I'm going to wish that for all of us. And remember, by the end of this month, change is supersized. So let's make the changes that we want to happen. We can control that by controlling our thoughts, by controlling the people that we're with as much as possible. And if we can't control the people we are with, one of the things that we can change is the concept of action and reaction. Action should be a thought out process, and reaction is that instinctual thing that often doesn't get us what we want. So I wish you a wonderful April, and April showers truly will bring May flowers. I promise. Have a great month.